My question then for each of you, if you are the Secretary General of ASEAN, like what is the most important thing for ASEAN to do right now in order to create or manifest the so-called ASEAN community?
Welcome to Podcast Hubungan Internasional. This podcast is brought to you by the Department of International Relations, Universitas Gadjah Mada.
Hi friends, welcome to Podcast Hubungan Internasional by Universitas Gadjah Mada. We have now a very special edition of podcast celebrating ASEAN. My name is Randy. I'm the lecturer at Universitas Gadjah Mada. And we're quite happy now we have 4 students from the Department of IR. And please, would you mind to introduce yourself, guys?
Alumnae Minglawa. My name is Phoo Wai Yan Myint and I'm from Myanmar.
Mabuhay, I'm Shynna Nor Montañer Siawan and I'm from the Philippines.
Hola Maluxira, my name is Luizinha Faria Faculto and I'm from Timor-Leste.
Xin chào, my name is Vũ Minh Anh and I'm from Vietnam.
Yay, we have a lot of students from different countries. Do you know how old ASEAN is now? Can you guys guess?
75,
57 years.
Yes.
57 years.
So it's old enough. So 57 years. So yeah, we've been having ASEAN for 57 years and it has been here. And one thing that is, I think, interesting of ASEAN is that on the scholarly level, there are huge debate there between, either they really believe ASEAN did a miracle thing, there's lots of scholars saying that it is because of ASEAN we have peace in Southeast Asia. But at the other end, there's also some scholars who somehow say that ASEAN is just a myth and so on and so forth. But we're not talking about that today. I would like to discuss a little bit much more about, mundane, everyday ASEAN among us. Like my first question, definitely, what is this ASEAN actually for you?
I feel like ASEAN it's a group of countries which locate in the same region. And I can see that these countries share the same culture, like historically, and also until at this moment, like we still share the same culture. I think I just realized it more when I arrived to Indonesia because and I got to meet these friends as well from the Philippines and then Timor-Leste. Like we still share the same and same culture, even the neighborhood, like in our everyday lives, we're still sharing the same. And I just realized the difference when I got to meet the exchange students from the other countries as well, except ASEAN. And I was like, oh yeah, we're just sharing the same thing. Like we're not really different. Like eating the same food, and it's just like for example, like just different ways of cooking. But like we're still having the same staple food, which is rice, for example, like that. And the education system that we experienced, and the all the system that we have experienced are almost the same. I think it's like sharing the same values and cultures and stuff.
Yes, in addition to that, I would say that ASEAN is a regional avenue to these countries of its member states. And of course, I have to get involved and get to interact with these people. And there I realized that, we have one vision, one identity. Although we have diverse culture, but we encourage and we praise and embrace that kind of diversity in ASEAN.
Okay, for my perspective, for me, ASEAN is like a group of regional that aims to promote economy, social, and cultural security amongst in this same regional or same in Southeast Asian. That's why when I arrived in Indonesia, when I met my friends, we are come from a different country but same regional, and then I think I still feel that I'm comfortable to sharing everything with them because I think we as already mentioned by Shynna, that we have a same identity and culture that make us can be more open, more transparent to each other. That's why when I arrive in Indonesia, I feel comfortable to live in here with
Right.
them.
Okay. And how about you, Mia?
So as for me, ASEAN is like a community for us to explore the opportunities. Like just from a personal perspective, I have the fortune to go to Indonesia and study as well as my other friends here. Is because we are a member of ASEAN. A member citizen of ASEAN. And also, I have had my time internship in the ASEAN Secretariat, so I can see how ASEAN people are really trying to bring together each other while still embrace the values of each individual country. So for me, ASEAN just represents a place of opportunities and integrity and also international relationships.
Okay, that is so interesting. So I think all of you somehow signals a very positive view of ASEAN. Realizing that we are having common identity, common culture. There is a positive opportunity among the students here. However, then my question is whether this positive view, is actually shared among the general public in your country. Can you elaborate that, like whether there is a similar tone, similar view back home, or whether there is other, debate in each of your country, how they see ASEAN?
I think this question is really interesting because, to be honest, not so many people are aware of ASEAN in my country. Like sometimes I try to talk to my peers and I ask them, okay, what are the ASEAN countries? Like they don't know, like what is ASEAN? And then so it was like for me as an international relations student, I have to tell them, oh, this is ASEAN. Like how many countries are in there? And then one was started, and how many member states and what are we doing in ASEAN? That was what I always introduce as an international relations student. But I think based on the situation right now in Myanmar, I think people are still debating on the response of ASEAN on the military coup. So like there's so many debates about it. But in general, I can say that the youths are kind of positive because they're like the youths are gathered by the so many youth programs, exchange and scholarships like me. So we get more exposed to these ASEAN communities, and so like they want to share, they want to give things to each other. So and then I think if we attend at the conferences or youth programs, we realize that oh yeah, we can still do something as a community, and I can see so many youth organizations or something emerging based on the ASEAN identity. So yes, as a youth, like we are still positive about the community, but in the political level, in a higher scale, we're still skeptical and we're still debating about the response as my country for the military coup.
Yes, so from the Philippines perspective, I think that for those youth who have same opportunity with me, who have the chance to engage with ASEAN and involve in ASEAN and get along with other ASEAN people and the community itself, they might have the same positive perspective towards ASEAN. But I feel that in the southern part of the Philippines, ASEAN might be a little bit unknown or not as much as how it is known when I was here in Indonesia. Because if I were refer back to myself 10 years ago when I was still like in my village, or I'm not really introduced to what is actually ASEAN is. So I feel like maybe to the northern part, they are much more knowledgeable about ASEAN, and they are much more, introduced and get involved to what are the programs of ASEAN, and they might have a opportunity to develop themselves and to have a positive impact and to have this positive view of ASEAN itself.
Okay, from my perspective, from in Timor-Leste, because the Timor-Leste just joined in ASEAN and become an observations. That's why, like a lot of people in political way, there's still two outside of governments that one of the political of the leader, they want Timor-Leste join in ASEAN, but some of the leader in Timor-Leste, they not agree in Timor-Leste to join in ASEAN. But in some way, right now, as I can see, right, all the leaders now they have have the same objective or same motivational to Timor-Leste to join in ASEAN, because there's a lot of positive side to Timor-Leste in joining ASEAN through the economy, political, social, and culture, and such on. And also for me as a youth of Timor-Leste, some of the youth they are not really know about ASEAN, what the meaning of ASEAN, what the purpose of ASEAN itself. That's why nowadays there's a lot of conference or scholarship from ASEAN that given to Timor-Leste, especially for the youth, to have an opportunity to involve themselves, to join in ASEAN, to know more about ASEAN, and also they can share about knowledge about Timor-Leste and ASEAN itself.
Okay. And how about you, Mia?
I think in Vietnam it's debatable. Like some people has been complaining about why ASEAN has so many meetings and conference, but then I think a lot of other people see those meetings and also conference and stuff as a valuable platform for us to discuss not only about our country economic growth and regional integration and be listened by other countries in the region, but it also enhancing the trade and investment opportunities between us. So I think a lot of people think that ASEAN plays a very crucial role in maintaining the regional stability as well as to consolidate or to highlight our stance and let it be heard by other friends, other countries in the region. So I guess that in general, Vietnamese people all think that ASEAN plays a very important role in foster the exchange in terms of cultural, economic, political, and also it can strengthen Vietnam's relationships with other countries. I think so.
Okay, that is very interesting view. Like the nuance I can hear from each of you on how each of your countries somehow see ASEAN. My last question, definitely about the way forward. Like we know, there is a mantra thing in ASEAN, so-called ASEAN Community. We know that ASEAN for a really long time was about the elitist process, right? It was only about maintaining security. It was very elitist. But then I think after the Asian financial crisis, early 2000, there was a commitment of creating the so-called ASEAN Community. So ASEAN is for all people, and it's still, I think, the homework still there. My question then for each of you, like if you are, I don't know, the Secretary General of ASEAN, like what is the most important thing for ASEAN to do right now in order to create or manifest the so-called ASEAN Community? For I think the first for you, Mia, what do you think?
I think the most important thing for me for ASEAN to do to actually make ASEAN as a community happen is for ASEAN to increase their sense of presence. So for example, for me as a student, I care about scholarships, right? So what I know about ASEAN will revolve around, oh, ASEAN provide this and this scholarship for ASEAN students. But then for other people in other sectors, they might not be understand about that aspect of ASEAN, and they will think they will look from other agreements between ASEAN countries. So just for me, ASEAN should be show up more in terms of not only scholarships, but also maybe it can promote the existence of each agreement, because actually there are a lot of useful arguments among ASEAN countries that can be beneficial for not only the youth, but also, let's say, businessmen or farmers. So I just think that if ASEAN can somehow make itself shine more in the conversations of each person in the country, then I think it will be helping in consolidate the togetherness of the region and the organization itself.
Yeah, I think I would also agree with Mia. But I feel like if we want to get the togetherness from now, I think we can also start with the very basic level, which is like promoting social cultural community, because I think this can enhance and promote people to engage each other more easily than any other sectors like political or economics, but of course these will still influence on the social cultural level. But I think if we can start with this, we'll be able to get to know each other and to understand what like diversity or what's the shared culture, shared values, and the identities of people. So I think that would be a good starter if we can start with that, because if we talk about politics and economics, like it's on a very big scale, but like if we just start with like, okay, what we eat today, and then like how are we raising our next generation and stuff, and how are we taking care of the stuff like environment and things, like I think this is a very familiar and a very very familiar stage for the people to engage with each other, regardless their nationality or ethnicity and stuff, because we're all sharing the same challenge as well. We all have the same regional challenge. So I think this is, for me personally, it is better to promote from this step.
Yeah, so I think in addition to that, I really agree with that. But then I feel like from the political perspective, it should start with the integration of its member states. So ASEAN members should be unified. They must bring in what it is the unification of ASEAN. So for me, aside from starting from the basics needs or the basic starters, so the ASEAN leaders should know that they must be unified. They must show to the youth what is unification is, what is togetherness is, what is one identity is, so that they can be a role model to us, and so that we can have a better perspective, and we can have like, oh, this is how our leaders is showing to us, and then so that the next generation will be strive hard to be better of its community. And moreover, I feel like it could also start with aside from the political perspective, it could also start with academic and cultural competition among its member states, where all of the members will have the opportunity, not just from the scholarship, but opportunity to meet one another and exchange ideas and such. Because I think there are so many issues in ASEAN, and like for example, we have like Myanmar coup, and also I think we also have the Philippines was the debate like that's the problem of territorial dispute. And so I think through through this kind of meeting, gathering and such, we have the sense of gathering ideas, exchanging ideas, and then we have to brainstorm what are the challenges that ASEAN is taking. So yeah, I think that's from me.
From my side, I think ASEAN need more involvement from youth, because as we know that youth is the next generation for all the countries. That's why ASEAN needs to involve more youth from all the countries, which can promote the ASEAN's visions and missions for itself. And also I think for youth itself also, they can have an opportunity to get or know more about ASEAN, and also they can learn more about the ASEAN itself. And also, as I mentioned from my friends, that it really needs to ASEAN to promote youth leadership from ASEAN, to engage in all over the ASEAN, to promote ASEAN's community itself. I think that.
Okay, that is really interesting. And as our final section, I think, is there any message that you want to share, perhaps in your own language? Because this is ASEAN. Definitely, we have a lot of different languages, and culture, and we should celebrate that. I think, is there any message that you want to share to people back home? Please, if there is any.
Started with me, líder Siri Timor-Leste, how orgulho no aprecia tebes baita botser ni serviço o de lori Timor-Leste tama ba ASEAN. No how mo sakar fo mesazem ba líder Siri Timor-Leste kata, tengi iha engagement ho ba jovem sira, tamba jovem sira maksai geração fomba itani nação, tangni itabot sira precisa atu colaboração ho jovem sira. No ba jovem sira e Timor-Leste, itabot sira mos tengi usa di dia oportunidade ba nebe mak Timor-Leste iha atu nune itani nação itanu dar geração fom ita bele hadiah itani nação sai dia klitang lihusi tama ba ASEAN ne. Obrigada.
Okay, so from the Philippines, especially for the Philippines who are already in ASEAN or who are already in positions of ASEAN, so sana naman yung ating mga, official dyan, make the opportunity to be more inclusive to all of the youth in Philippines. Hindi lang sa Luzon, kundi sa Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, to all over the youth, para naman ma-enjoy lahat ng mga kabataan natin at ma-involve at ma-introduce sila sa kung ano ba talaga ang ASEAN at kung ano ang may dudulot nito sa ating kabataan at kung anong klaseng opportunity ang kayang ibigay nito sa ating kabataan at sa ating bansa. And moreover, to my youth, to my Filipino youth, hopefully that you will still engage. You will continue to participate to whatever criticism. Kung ano man yung mga critics na meron tayo, kung ano man yung mga debates na meron tayo, wag nating hayaan na hanggang dun lang. Maging patuloy tayo na hagdan or maging avenue towards a sense of ASEAN's unity. So, continue to participate, to continue to get involved, to get engaged with the diversity that we have, because one of the vision of ASEAN 2025 is for its people to enjoy the quality of life, to enjoy the quality of freedom, and to enjoy the freedom, expression, and all of such that our sense of humanity could be bring together, and the togetherness of unity should be there. So for the youth and for the government, we should work together so that we can make it work.
Mia?
So this is actually a little bit difficult for me. So em xin phép được chia sẻ lại hai quan điểm chính của Việt Nam về đối với cộng đồng ASEAN. Thì thứ nhất là cộng đồng ASEAN vẫn là một tổ chức liên chính phủ và không giống như EU, tức là nó sẽ là một tổ chức siêu quốc gia. Thì ASEAN đối với Việt Nam sẽ được hiểu như là một cộng đồng các quốc gia độc lập và cùng chia sẻ những cái lợi ích chung về hòa bình và phát triển ở Đông Nam Á. Thế cho nên là bên cạnh những cái lợi ích thì tất nhiên mỗi người dân, mỗi công dân ở ASEAN và các quốc gia thuộc ASEAN thì sẽ có những cái nhiệm vụ của riêng bản thân mình để đồng thời đóng góp chung vào xây dựng cái cộng đồng đang phát triển này. Vậy nên đối với em thì cộng đồng ASEAN cần phải tiếp tục đưa ra cái định hướng và củng cố sâu sắc hơn mối quan hệ giữa không chỉ các quốc gia đối với nhau mà còn là người dân các quốc gia ASEAN đối với nhau. That's it.
အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါအခုချိန်မှာမြန်မာနိုင်ငံသူမြန်မာနိုင်ငံသားတွေအကောင်လုံးလူကြီးလူငယ်မရွေးပေါ့နော်နိုင်ငံရေးစီးပွားရေးလူမှုရေးအကုန်လုံးမှာချွတ်ချုံကြပြီးတော့အခက်အခဲမအောင်ဆုံးနဲ့ရင်ဆိုင်နေအောင်နားလဲပါတယ်ဆိုတော့ဒီအခက်အခဲတွေကနေကျွန်တော်တို့ကြော်လွှားဖို့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအတွက်ပေါ့နော်မြန်မာနိုင်ငံငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးအတွက်မြန်မာနိုင်ငံရဲ့တိုးတက်ဖွံ့ဖြိုးမှုအတွက်ပေါ့နော်ဒါတွေအကုန်လုံးကိုဆွတ်ဆွတ်တမန်စူးစမ်းနေတဲ့လူတွေအကုန်လုံးကိုလည်းဒီအာဆီယံရဲ့အခန်းကဏ္ဍကိုထည့်သွင်းစဉ်းစားစီခြင်းပါတယ်ဘာလို့လဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီအာဆီယံဒေသဆိုတာကကျွန်တော်အကုန်လုံးတူတူယဉ်ကျေးမှုတွေနောက်ပြီးတော့ identity တွေ value တွေတန်ဖိုးတွေဒါတွေအကုန်လုံးကိုတူတူ embrace လုပ်နေတဲ့ဒီ region တစ်ခုဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မို့လို့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကြုံတွေ့နေရတဲ့စိန်ခေါ်မှုတွေအခက်အခဲတွေဆိုတာလဲကျွန်တော်တို့ကပေါ့နော်စင်တူတယ်ပေါ့နော်စင်တူတဲ့အခါကျတော့ကျွန်တော်ဒီဟာကိုတူတူဖြည့်ရှင်းဖို့ရအတွက်ကဒီကတခြားဒီအာဆီယံနိုင်ငံတွေနောက်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့အိန္ဒိယနိုင်ငံတွေမှာရှိတဲ့ stakeholders တွေနဲ့ပြန်ပြီးတော့ပူးပေါင်းပြီးတော့ဒီအခက်အခဲတွေကိုဖြည့်ရှင်းနိုင်မှုလို့ကျွန်တော်ယုံကြည်တယ်နောက်ပြီးတော့ဒီလူတွေရဲ့စိတ်မှာရှိတဲ့ identity တို့နောက်တခြား culture တွေလည်းကျွန်တော်တို့ထပ်ပြီးတော့ ထပ်ပြီးတူတူပေါ့နော်ဟိုဗာလဲ diverse ဖြစ်အောင်နောက်ပြီးတော့ရှင် fluid ဖြစ်သွားအောင်ဒါမျိုးတွေကျွန်တော်တို့လုပ်နိုင်မှုယုံကြည်ပါတယ်နောက်တစ်ခုကကျတော့ဒီလူငယ်တွေအနေနဲ့ပေါ့နော်ဒီအာဆီယံနိုင်ငံမှာရှိတဲ့တခြားအာဆီယံနိုင်ငံတွေမှာရှိတဲ့လူငယ်တွေနဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ယဉ်ကျေးမှုဖလှယ်တာတို့နောက်ပြီးတော့လို့ရှင်ပညာရပ်ချင်းဖလှယ်တာပေါ့နော်ကိုစိတ်ဝင်စားတဲ့ sector အရာဖလှယ်တာတို့ကျွန်တော်တို့လုပ်ပြီးတော့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံတိုးတက်ဖွံ့ဖြိုးရေးမြန်မာနိုင်ငံရဲ့ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးတွေကိုအကုန်လုံးဆောင်ရွက်သွားနိုင်လိမ့်မယ်လို့ယုံကြည်ပါတယ်အားလုံးကျေးဇူးများတင်ပါတယ်
Okay, there are several interesting ideas, I think, from making ASEAN more obvious, and then the importance of youth, and then the importance of unity among leadership, and realizing the challenges in ASEAN. And we'll see, I think, in the next couple of years how ASEAN will react and manifested ASEAN community. But at least for now, selamat ulang tahun ASEAN.
ပျော်ရွှင်စရာမွေးနေ့ဖြစ်ပါစေအာဆီယံ
Maligayang kaarawan ASEAN.
Solok Morisnian ASEAN.
Tumunsingan ASEAN.
Happy birthday ASEAN.
Bye.
Bye.